And we continue on the saga. Every single day we react to these massive fucking retards. And I think today's video is going to be centered around denims. Denims. They'll never know what hit them. And she just fucked up real bad. What happened, more Pegasus? What is this series today?
Welcome back to a series so hot, even Heatblast subscribed. In today's video,
Spicy.
Hasan is once again threatening to sue Ethan for defamation. YouTuber Philip DeFranco has talked about the Hasan situation.
He has?
Hasan is
That popped up in my timeline. I watched Philip DeFranco sometimes, but it was a 30-minute video. And it was about Hasan and Destiny. I was just like, I'd rather wait for more Pegasus.
mad because he didn't criticize Ethan enough. Ethan has responded saying he's working on a massive video exposing Hasan. Ethan is going after Twitch and their sponsors. Legal Mindset has broken down Denim's defense in the copyright lawsuit, and it is looking bad.
It's
A YouTuber
probably looking fucking retarded.
has released a content nuke on Denims.
Yep, I reacted to it.
To reach episode 100 and change the very fabric of the universe. Who knows what mysteries lie ahead?
Whoa.
Back to you, Jellywig.
I think Brogan's out there somewhere.
Now let's
She's the great whale floating in space.
begin with Hasan threatening to sue Ethan.
This standard was evenly applied. Don't you think that spending the last year calling me a fucking dangerous Hamas mouthpiece, a Hamas terrorist, actively demanding that people take action against me would put you directly in harm's way for legal repercussions? You spent
Yeah, sure, if it wasn't true, but it is.
the past 22 months of genocide actively making a villain out of anyone and everyone, firing off hundreds of
But that's what you're doing. Everybody who is not for your little movement that's actually fake. His movement's fake with Palestine. Not saying that the whole movement with Palestine's fake. I'm just saying that what Hasan's doing around it is fucking fake because he's a manipulative liar. And anybody who is against his views on Palestine is the enemy.
Instagram stories, so much so that you couldn't even fucking imagine yourself. You couldn't believe the amount of Instagram stories you'd posted before this fucking debate. What do you think? Spreading misinformation about me, constantly fucking clipping me out of context.
Okay, right off the bat, he never called you a Hamas terrorist. He
Yeah, that's just in his head.
called you a terrorist supporter. Very big difference there. But obviously Hasan is
Now I'm gonna call him a terrorist.
going to, take the most extreme interpretation in order to make Ethan
He's just a terrorist leader. He's just trying to get his followers to do the terrorism so he doesn't have to get his hands dirty.
look crazy. Also, I don't know why he's acting like calling him a terrorist supporter is some sort of weird exaggeration. You support three different terrorist groups: Hamas, Houthis, Hezbollah, potentially even more. I don't know, haven't done the lore, but nobody is making that up. Okay, this is factual statements. I support the Houthis, 10 toes down, guys. No, it was out of context, guys.
It's out of context!
Context. Bro, you gotta understand
Dude.
at this point, your entire life is out of context. Like, anytime, anything you say about Hasan, it's all, like, even if you take his entire stream and put it as a clip, it's out of context. You gotta watch the other 500 streams. Second thing is, he never asked people to take, like, violent action against you or physical action against you. He said that Twitch should take action against you and ban you from their platform because you violated TOS, which is
And the government needs to take action and arrest this guy for being a fucking terrorist leader.
completely fair. And if you actually think you have a case against Ethan, please, I'm begging you, sue Ethan. I want to see this. I will legitimately pay money.
Yes, let's get it. Everybody's suing each other. Absolute cinema. And then we're just gonna get everything in Discovery. Dude, the videos that we're gonna get out of it. Dude, the content. Yes, please let this happen.
To see this, okay? I want to see you put your money where your mouth is,
He won't.
because that would be such cinema
Yeah, he knows it. He knows it wouldn't work.
to see you lose in court.
Or maybe he doesn't. Maybe he actually is that retarded and he doesn't realize that he actually is a terrorist supporter.
Also, can this guy say one sentence without talking about the genocide? Oh my god, bro. Is this what, like, you wake up in the morning, be like, well, what do you want for breakfast? I'll have a genocide with the side of, like, brother, give it a rest. Holy shit, man. People can talk about other things. I can't believe you're drinking water right now. I can't believe you're watching this.
Dude, how long has he been talking about this? Like, we're moving on from it. Pretty much everybody's moved on. There's still some people talking about it. But, like, if you keep talking about this, you're going to fall off, bro. You need to move on.
This video right now. I can't believe you're breathing right now when there's a genocide going on, guys. Stop using the war as a
By the way, did you know that there's actually multiple genocides going on? But he's not going to talk about those because it doesn't fit his narrative.
shield. It is honestly just disgusting.
Regularly demanding that like people take action against me at a time when the government is taking action against me. What do you think you're doing? You know exactly what the fuck you're doing. Okay? The notion that like I was invoking your wife that you also openly recognize participated in an illegal raid in the West Bank as a part of the occupying forces that did a war crime for any reason other than the fact that she did do that is ridiculous. Okay?
Yeah, there he goes again, pretending like the entire forces of the US government is hunting this guy down. Hassan Piker is
Yeah, it kind of needs to happen.
actually so important that he's on the FBI's most wanted list, guys. Everybody is coming after him. Dude, if they were actually going after you, you'd already be in prison. Just because you got stopped at the border and you got questioned about supporting terrorists, like you got stopped at the airport or whatever, that is your own fault. When you're like on stream every day going like, you know, America deserved 9/11, I support the Houthis 10 toes down, bringing a Houthi rebel on stream, literally like all this type of stuff, and you're like, why am I being stopped, guys?
Yeah, all this type of stuff, and I got people down there in my comments like, you're a liar. Hassan is not a terrorist supporter. I haven't seen any evidence of this, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you people on? Are you even real? Are you people real, or are you bots? I guess I need to start checking people's profiles, and if I go to their profile and it's blank and there's nothing, delete. I usually don't like deleting comments, but like, if you're just gonna bot my comment section, or if my entire comment section is just gonna be hate, I gotta go through and delete some stuff. Because, like, that's fucking crazy, man. I'm not going to delete real comments. Like, just the ones that either make no sense or are straight up bots. Or, like, comments that I get in every single video that might as well be a bot, even if it isn't.
Why am I being questioned? Guys, why would they ask me ridiculous questions like, do I support terrorists when I say Hezbollah is my favorite flag? And I just love how he pretends like he's some sort of revolutionary. He's being hunted down for fighting for the right cause. Oh my god, I lost my global entry privileges. It's literally a privilege, buddy. You didn't get like banned from flights or whatever. And then he accuses slop tubers of colluding with the US government. Oh, Donald Trump is in cahoots with these slop tubers. It's just a peak level of delusion, man. I'm gonna just leave this here. The 9 principles of propaganda: lie big, focus, repeat, blame, provoke, crisis, emotion, pander, no limit.
Oh, man, that describes Hassan Piker and his orators to a T. Actually, you know what? That describes the entire insane leftist freaks.
It's the Hassan Piker playbook right here. Somebody actually went bwahahaha and put up a Luffy picture. That's actually hilarious. He would love this. He loves One Piece, obviously. I guess he only had 9 toes down, guys. Of course, important distinction. And it was moving on to Philly D. Basically, Philip DeFranco's latest
Bro, I haven't reacted to Philip DeFranco in so long.
video. He's
He got old. What happened?
talking about Hassan, Destiny,
Oh,
Ethan, the whole
God.
situation. He spent about
Oh,
5 minutes
no.
going over the situation, and everybody
His face used to be so smooth.
Everybody's responded to this. The thing is, from what I understand, Philip DeFranco's coverage is very sort of sympathetic towards Hassan. Like, it's not very critical of Hassan at all, right? Which he should be, honestly. But it's not enough for Hassan. Hassan doesn't think Philly D goes far enough when labeling Hila Klein.
favorite podcaster's wife has gotten a lot of attention because Hila previously served in the IDF. And this also has a
Well, no. She didn't just previously serve in the IDF. She participated in an illegal raid in the West Bank as a part of her service in the Israeli occupying force. And not only is what
I don't know how true that is, but like, if you're in the military and the government says to do a thing, you have to do it. Especially if you're being forced to be in the military. Like, you don't have a choice. It's either that or you go to prison.
I'm saying, not a gray area or anything. It's just international law, right? Ethan Klein himself has on numerous occasions agreed with that sentiment.
Yeah.
He has actually presented it
Okay.
in his context nuke.
Okay. Yeah, sure. What about all the evil shit that the people you support do constantly and have always done since since forever? Just always, they're terrorists. Nothing, not a peep.
Talking about his bona fides for how much he is an advocate, a stalwart ally of the Palestinians, as he said. Ethan Klein has said West Bank settlers are valid military targets. Ethan Klein has admitted that his wife is a terrorist on stream. Were you saying if your favorite podcast wife was in Israel performing illegal war crimes, that they would be illegal target? That's how I understood it. No, I'm saying in the process of anyone at all, it could be your mom, your dad, your fucking favorite podcaster. If they receive violence in retaliation from the occupied force, that is legal.
There it was. People were saying that he did not call for violence on Hila. Sure, he didn't directly, but he was telling his audience that she was part of the IDF and that you should commit violence on people who were part of the IDF. Right there.
That is a legal act of resistance.
Yeah, there's the whole context. Yeah, he was talking about in the past. Sure. But that's not how his audience sees it. Don't be fucking stupid. Don't act like I'm fucking stupid, like I don't know what's going on there with that. Because he does it all the time. It's a wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
He was a secretary, you absolute moron. Like, this is the problem, right? People like Hassan pushing this narrative, even his, one of his favorite orbiters, Denims.
The IDF member is bravely taking a break from killing unarmed children to bring us back to reality.
And that's what his orbiters say and think. They think that, they don't even think that, they're just saying bullshit because they're fucking evil. Acting like that they're still part of the IDF, acting like Hila is still part of the IDF. What the fuck is wrong with these people, man? Oh, I know exactly what's wrong. They worship Satan.
You know, Hassan recently also did a muddy death threat against her as well. And this is just so dangerous, right? Because when you brand her as this terrorist and this baby killer and all this extremely evil person, you're basically giving everybody a reason to go and enact violence on her. Like, oh, she escaped justice, guys. Oh, you know.
Yep, that's exactly what they want to. And whenever they see it happen to her, they're gonna be like, guys, you shouldn't have done that. And then behind the scenes, when they're at their house with the cameras off, they're like, good, I'm glad it happened. And some of them are just going to say it outright on stream anyway.
She, maybe in the
past, like Mike from PA, he'll definitely say some shit like that where it's like, good, I'm glad she's dead.
She was a valid military target, and now she's like sort of gotten away with it, right? So this is just...
And Hassan Piker would just say, well, unfortunately, she was a member of the IDF.
Dangerous language. I don't know why, YouTube drama has escalated to this level. Obviously, Hassan wants to make it about some random conflict, of course.
The drama has escalated to this level because people didn't used to be online to this level. Now, people's entire lives are based online. People make all of their money, their entire livelihood is based on being online. That's how it got to this point. Because now just anybody and everybody can be online, and they don't get banned. The only time you ever get banned is if you go against the insane narrative.
And I feel like Hassan is just so disingenuous because Ethan has never agreed that his wife is a terrorist.
Yeah, it's so fucking retarded.
That is so disingenuous to say. And this guy, I don't know why he pretends like he cares about the law, he cares about ethics. You support...
Because he's evil?
Fucking terrorist groups, man. Do you know
evil.
what
He's
terrorists
a liar.
do? They routinely violate laws and all kinds of ethics. In fact, harming civilian is like a, central part of being a fucking terrorist, right? It's like the one thing they're known for, right? Hassan just has no problem with, bombing people, kidnapping people, torturing people, committing all these acts of violence. But suddenly he talks about the important stuff, guys. You can't gamble, guys, but I can support terrorists, obviously. It's just like nobody can take you seriously when your arguments are so weak. And it seems like he has no problem with ethics or the law. Unless it fits his agenda or whatever, then it's like, oh yeah, I really care about this stuff, guys. Maybe Hamas Piker would like Hila more if she took Filipino sailors hostage for a year, like his terrorist Yemeni friend. What a piece of shit. Bro keeps canceling himself, and somehow his audience just does not care. I mean, it is getting smaller and smaller, but it's like, damn, how many people are so ingratiated in this cult? It's crazy.
I just watched a Nux Taku video or a Nuxanor video yesterday talking about Destiny's son, 14 years old. And he is a, what do they call him? The Nazi supporters? Starts with a G. Groiper. That's it. He's a groiper. And you know why? Do you know why he decided he's going to be a groiper? Because he wasn't allowed in Destiny's chat. And he wasn't allowed in Hassan's chat. So he decided, you know what? I'm just going to be a Nazi. What? And those are the types of people that are in Hassan's chat. In his Discord. Like 14-year-old retards. The 14-year-olds are already retarded. And being Destiny's son, but I feel sorry for that kid, man. Like, Destiny doesn't even give a fuck. Just let it happen. Put this kid online since the day he was born.
Translation, no, let me stop the video and provide my context so my brain-dead audience can be easily told
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Fable's Folly called a kid a retard. Cancel him now.
what to think and not listen to a fact that will make them think different than what I tell them. Of course, you got to go through the Hamas Piker filter, right, to consume all your media. As he says, you are too stupid to understand it yourself. You need it to go through the filter of Hassan, of course. Anyways, Ethan responded here, Hassan is terrified of the video I'm working on. He's deployed his usual technique of targeting Hila to get to me. As Hassan said, deny, deflect, and attack. Nothing will stop it, Hassan, and it's even worse than anyone knows. Oh my god. Alright, I guess we're getting another content new coming on Hassan, and I don't know what he's going to focus on. Maybe the death threats against his wife, or maybe the recent
dude, there's so much that he could do. There's so much that he can have a sequel and then a sequel to the sequel.
Nudes, the creepy nude shit that has come out about Hassan.
That might be the worst one.
He's showing all his friends like these random nudes or whatever, accidentally or whatever, right? So I don't know, maybe he has more info on that. I will look forward to it. Moving on to Ethan talking about Twitch, drops a call to action after Twitch found no violation in the Hassan Hila clip. You cannot be serious, bro. But again, this is the platform that banned Mike for 1 week for saying that thing about Jews. Twitch found no violation on the Hassan clip about Hila. You have submitted a safety report that we have reviewed the content. Could not identify a violation. Dan Clancy, take the dick out of your mouth, dog. It is actually disgusting. How is that even allowed? I mean, Twitch is just has gotta be anti-Semitic. There is no other explanation.
I think they're taking money from terrorists. I think they're taking money from terrorist organizations.
Ethan responds, write the sponsors. It's the only route Twitch has left open. I feel like if ever
like, how are they allowed to do this and lose so much money, so much money, so many sponsors, so many ads, and still allowed to exist like this? Because they're taking money from people. People are paying them money. And I think that terrorist organizations are paying them money.
Everybody starts emailing the advertisers and the sponsors, Twitch is just cooked, all right? Twitch saving the golden goose once more.
I think Twitch needs to be audited.
How will they attend the Diddy parties without this? Moving on to Denims. If you remember, a few episodes ago, we talked about how Denims and Caseytron responded to Ethan's lawsuit.
Oh, God.
And they have the same lawyer. They have hired this pretty prestigious law firm or whatever.
I wasn't ready.
And recently, they responded with 18 affirmative defenses, right? For the whole copyright case. So Legal Mindset has gone through each of them and given his legal analysis on whether Denims is cooked or not.
And an affirmative defense means even if Ethan Klein is right, I'm going to get away with it because X. So we're going to score all of those. I'm going to explain to you the law for some of these defenses. I genuinely believe their lawyer may have been high. I actually had to look up some of the defenses because they just pulled them out of nowhere. And literally, there are certain defenses they use that aren't even real in this area of law. So the first,
they used a defense and then another defense defending that defense that's like, oh, even if this defense was wrong and we did do wrong in this part, Ethan is still being an asshole. That's like what another defense was. It's just like, even if this defense doesn't work, we got the defense for the defense.
Affirmative defense is failure to state a claim. What failure to state a claim is it says even if all the facts are true, they do not establish a valid legal cause of action. This is saying they're going to be able to remove this on a motion to dismiss. This is an extremely weak argument. Yes, the likelihood of success is cope for the affirmative defense of failure to state a claim. The
Yeah, and like when these people lose, they're just going to talk about how the legal system is broken. But if they would have won, they would have talked about how, like, wow, I didn't realize how well the legal system works.
Motion to dismiss will 100% be denied. There's no way they're going to win on motion to dismiss. It's just not going to happen.
Right, so basically their strategy was throw everything at the wall and see what sort of sticks here. Not a good one, obviously, as it just makes you look
And they weren't even throwing things at the wall, it seems like. It seems like they were pointing their ass at the wall and shitting all over it. Well, we couldn't afford paint.
pretty incompetent, and you essentially end up wasting the court's time. And once you lose on one of them and you lose on two of them, you sort of build up this momentum, and it just doesn't make you look that good. So you're better off just focusing on the strongest
They didn't have any paint to paint their picture with, so they had to use their own shit.
arguments, that being fair use, right? When a lawyer looks at your legal defense and calls you high, that is just diabolical, bro. That is, you're cooked. Maybe Casey actually shared some of her stack with her lawyers. That would actually add up. That is very possible, guys.
Next is fair use. Now,
They could have prevented all this by just turning everything around and apologizing to Ethan and being friendly with Ethan. None of this would have happened. If they would just stop being garbage for 2 fucking seconds, none of this would have happened. Now their whole lives are going to be torn apart.
this is their strongest of all defenses. And I give it a 5 out of 10, which is the most I'm going to give for any of the affirmative defenses. So if accused copyright infringement, use of the copyrighted material falls under the fair use exception and is therefore not infringement. This is a 5 out of 10. It is a toss up, but the odds are in Klein's favor.
Yeah, it really doesn't help their case that Ethan filed it with the Smithsonian to make it an actual legal video.
Yep, I mean, that's what I predicted as well, that fair use is the strongest one there. That's what I know from YouTube as well. The thing about fair use is that it's always open to interpretation. You get to argue it both ways, right? That's the only hope that Denims and Caseytron actually have for this copyright lawsuit. Also, the most rating among all 18 defenses being a 5 out of 10. Holy fuck, it is not looking good, bro.
What's wrong with 5? I've been told that I was a 5 all my life.
And keep in mind that Legal Mindset is being completely objective and fair with this analysis, because even last time when we were talking about whether Hassan would be held legally liable for his threats on Hila, he said that no, he would not be legally liable, and you wouldn't be able to put him in prison for this, right? Then he talks about some of the weaker defenses.
Okay, next, express license. Did Ethan Klein give Caseytron and Denims permission expressly to write it? So a plaintiff cannot claim infringement against a defendant who uses plaintiff's copyrighted work if the plaintiff granted the defendant an express license to use the work. So if you said, you can use this, it's okay, you can copy this, then you've got no express license, especially if you put that in writing. The likelihood of success is unlikely because there's no written or specific license. There's implied license, the second best defense, that is not explicitly granted, but it's inferred from the conduct of the owner or the circumstances. Ethan Klein did at some point make a general statement about how he treats people using his content. However, he did not say, I give you permission to take the entire video with minimal content. And he also did not say, I give you permission to maliciously redirect traffic.
Yeah, personally, I just don't see this one working. I feel like the license would need to be very clear, right? You are allowed to react to my video in this specific context, and then it would work. Ethan did not give Denims or Caseytron that permission. I think Legal Mindset did mention later on as well that he's being overly generous with the ratings as well, because he can't give all of them a 0, I suppose. Yeah, I just feel like it's a complete shitfest for the Three Musketeers. And
It's
I just
bad.
can't believe that Froggen might actually have the most genius strategy. She actually bought herself 60 more days by hiding. Like, I legitimately thought that was the dumbest strategy ever. Like, I thought she was gonna default judgment, so that was gonna
That's all it's gonna do is just prolong the content. We're just gonna have more content for longer.
completely cook her. But then she waited till the last day and she bought herself 60 more days. That's 60 more days to stuff her face with Big Macs. She's a genius. She's a genius, man. Oh my god.
Well, she probably got some really good lawyers.
Fully the Einstein of finding ways to eat more Big Macs. Then he talks about the unclean hands argument.
Unclean hands. I love unclean hands. It sounds so good. So this one means someone has behaved badly in the specific situation they're suing about, so they cannot ask the court. So by asserting unclean hands, both Casey Tron and Denims are saying that Ethan Klein did something naughty and therefore he can't sue. The problem is it's not illegal or impermissible or dirty or not practical. Many people register their copyright. In fact, that's what you should do. In fact, you're encouraged to register your copyrighted material. So this
I would never. Nah, I release the copyright of everything. Copy it. Say it's yours. I don't care. Infringe. I don't care. All of my content's for free. Pretend you're me if you want and re-upload my videos. I don't care. I'm just here having fun.
seems like a very, very weak
And I think that true art is free anyway.
argument. I give it a 2 out of 10, and that's me being generous. So by arguing waiver, Casey and Denny and their lawyer are just making this up. I don't see where this is coming from at all. So I say, once again, this is a cope. Now, this one, I think it's arguable, but not likely. It's weaker than implied license. Estoppel is a concept which prevents a plaintiff from asserting a legal claim that contradicts their prior actions or statements, particularly if it would be unfair to the defendant. So it's sort of like an implied license. So you could say, okay, because of the conduct of Ethan Klein in the past and the implied license, there's sort of like an estoppel here that should come out. I still think it's unlikely.
Right, so you probably noticed by now that a lot of these are like straight up copy paste or very super similar to each other and argued in a similar way. It's kind of like when I'm trying to fill my essay, trying to reach the word mark or whatever, get to those 2,000 words or whatever. I honestly don't know why they even let it get to this. They should have.
This is just totally random, has nothing to do with anything, but he's talking about the essay. I never had a problem writing essays. I was always good at writing essays. My problem was figuring out where to stop because I wrote too much.
Just settled with them. That was the initial advice given by all the lawyers. They should have just admitted fault, but it seems like their ego is too big. They could have saved so much money and hassle by just admitting they're wrong, just apologizing. I think Ethan was pretty forgiving at the very start, but yeah, now they just double down and they're cooked. So after this, he talks about one of their defenses where they're actually arguing about patent law instead of copyright law. So this is like a different level of incompetency.
Justification and excuse. So defendant, that is Casey Tron and Denims, are saying that they admit to committing the crime, but they argue that the circumstances justify or excuse their action. Giving this a 3 out of 10 was really because I looked through the entire thing and I give them so many 1s and 0s. I had to try to give them some 3s because I wanted to be fair. But what is the justification? Because Ethan Klein is a bad human being because he's a Yahtzee?
Yeah, and they straight up said, don't give him the views, watch my videos instead. Like, straight up.
The law doesn't apply differently to people because you think they're a bad human being subjectively. Did Ethan Klein consent to it through implication? Maybe. I think 10-15% chance at most. Likelihood of success, very, very low. Innocent infringement. Oh, it's cute. It's an innocent infringement. It's a cute infringement. It means it can reduce the damages that the court awards on a copyright infringement case. It is not a complete defense to liability. Inequitable conduct. So there is a defense in patent law. Remember, this is copyright law. Copyright law is not patent law. Okay? So their lawyer is literally using an argument from patent law saying
they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
That a patent applicant misrepresents or omits material information with the intent to deceive the Patent and Trademark Office. This is literally a non-existent argument, which is impossible.
Yeah, there wasn't even anything trademarked. Like, nothing's trademarked. It's just copyrighted. Copyright is different from trademark, is different from patent.
Which only applies for patents, not copyright. This is the dumbest thing that I've seen in a while, where a lawyer is going to argue law from an area that we're not even talking about.
Holy shit,
Yep, they have
that is
no idea.
embarrassing. I mean, how
It's probably some old fucks who have no idea how the internet works.
does a lawyer, like, this is supposed to be like a prestigious law firm, like, how do they not spot that? Obviously, I'm a layman. Obviously, I didn't spot that shit, but holy shit, this is your job, right?
Probably because they've been lawyers. This place has probably been around for a very long time. And we've only really had the internet for like 10 years. Like, well, yeah, sure. We've had it since the 80s, 90s. But like, not everybody was on it until like 2012. When 2012 came around, dude, everybody was on it. Like when the streaming services started becoming a thing and everybody was getting cell phones, dude.
Right? It is literally your job, and you're arguing for an entirely separate field here. I mean, that is so bad. Like, how does that even happen? I feel like they're supposed to be high quality lawyers. Maybe they're like cheaped out. Maybe they got the, you know, basic package. They got the Temu version. Guys, I'm starting to think maybe Frogan is actually 2 million IQ. Maybe she legitimately knew that these lawyers suck, and that's why she decided to go with her own like smaller firm, and you know, she went for like an independent lawyer or whatever.
She probably knows some lawyers, honestly. She might know a good lawyer, like a really good one. She might be related to one. You never know with people. People are just like have crazy connections that you don't know about.
So this might be the conclusion that Frogan is actually the smartest of the three. There's just
Yes.
no way.
I think she might be smarter than Hassan. By the way, she works in the medical field, like as her actual thing. And you got to be kind of smart to do that. She definitely went to school.
I mean, to be fair, your competition is Weedy McWeedface and Omega Bimbo here, right? The
Yeah,
creepy
right.
puppet doll, whatever the hell, right? Creepy lolly lover, right? But yeah, still, I just want
That doll looked like one of the chicks from Bethesda.
to extend my congratulations to Frogan. Like, wow,
you know who I'm
have
talking
won
about.
the spelling bee. You have won the intelligence
Dude, based.
IQ test competition here. Holy shit. Then he talks about the unjust enrichment argument.
Okay, unjust enrichment. One party was unfairly benefited at the expense of another party without proper compensation.
Yeah,
This is hilarious.
true. This is true. But it's flipped. Ethan wasn't the one benefiting. You people were the ones benefiting.
Because the only people that were unfairly benefited were the orbiters, were Casey Tron and Denims, right?
Yep.
The only people who unfairly made money were the orbiters. It was not Ethan Klein. How did Ethan Klein unfairly benefit? It makes no sense whatsoever. Where did his money come? Where did any money come from him? He didn't make anything. This is maximum copium. Saying that Ethan Klein was unjustly enriched. What are you talking about? Another
Just baffling defense here. This is why you should have just stuck to fair use, right? Obviously, Ethan was not enriched as a result of this. I think some lawyers were mentioning that Denims may claim that
Okay, maybe he was enriched because everybody's talking about him now and people are clicking on his videos more. Maybe. But that's not gonna fly.
she doesn't deserve to pay so much money because she only stole one video, and that was somewhat of an argument that I could understand. Not sure if this is this under the same argument or a different one here, but it definitely was Denims and Caseytron that were benefiting from stealing the content because, you know, they're getting viewership, they're getting primes, as Denim explicitly said. That was the most crazy admission. Like,
Yep.
please sub, you know, please give your primes to me and not Ethan here, right?
If you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime.
And considering that was literally the goal of it, you know, to take the benefit away from Ethan and to them, I don't see how this argument is going to work. Then he talks about some of the most brain dead arguments.
latches. The defendant can argue the plaintiff waited too long to sue and that the delay unfairly harms the defendant. This one is another one that is so brain dead. This is completely brain dead. It's near
Yeah.
impossible. I give it a
Isn't the statute of limitations like 3 years?
0.5. I wanted to
It's
give it a
definitely not been
0,
3
but
years.
technically you can make this argument. It's not illegal. They are arguing that Ethan waited too long to sue. Ladies and gentlemen, he literally sued immediately.
Yep.
He literally sued like days after their videos dropped.
Yeah.
You cannot possibly
He was waiting for it. He was waiting for it to happen. He knew it was going to happen. He was waiting.
sue faster than he did. He had everything lined up and planned, like everything. And he sued me. And they're trying to argue he waited too long. That's their argument. It's fully within the statute of limitations.
That is fucking hilarious. So
I don't think they know when this happened. I don't think they care. I think they're actually brain dead fucking retarded and they don't know when this happened. They don't know when they were sued, nothing. I think they're probably all just living in the moment, which is fucking retarded.
They're trying to argue that you didn't file the lawsuit the exact nanosecond that I violated copyright, guys. That's why, you can't do it.
Actually, no, you're wrong, War Pegasus. He should have done it before they did the videos. He should have known that they were already going to do it and went ahead and filed it. Which he probably could have. Because they fell for the bait. They fell right into the trap.
But right now, it's too late. I mean, obviously, there's a statute of limitations for these things. You could probably do it
3
way
years.
later and it would still be viable as well.
Yeah, I legit think it's 3 years. Don't hold me to that. Look that up if you think that I'm wrong. Don't believe anything that I say. I'm not lying to you. I'm just fucking retarded. At least I can admit it.
I'm just completely baffled here. Like, I thought they hired good lawyers, but maybe the client is just indefensible here. The case sucks ass. Maybe, who knows? I feel like you'd be better off just going with fair use, but I guess every lawyer
I just realized, is that a yoga mat next to him? Does he do yoga?
sort of has their methods or whatever. Maybe they are competent. Maybe this is some secret strategy, or their strategy is to just milk Denims at Caseytron for all their money. Maybe we've got two people here, the lawyers and Ethan, both trying to milk them for the money. It's crazy. Either way, I'm here for the entertainment, and we will be covering all the developments. Then we get to the last few arguments, and one of them is the lack of notice.
Failure to register copyright.
Oh my god. Oh my god. They did no research. They did absolutely no research. They're literally just pressing their ass cheeks against the wall and just shitting.
This one I had to put at a 0. So they make the affirmative defense that while registration isn't required for copyright protection to exist, it's necessary to file a lawsuit for infringement. This is another argument that is brain dead, because literally in the complaint itself, they show how they registered it and they give proof of registration. It is literally impossible. The copyright was clearly registered properly.
Yeah,
it was done.
This is the dumbest argument out of all of them. Because they've even said it themselves.
By a lawyer. It was done in the proper way. There is no way this argument wins. It's a 0 because it's properly registered. So lack of notice. Defendants were unaware and could not have known about the lawsuit. Therefore, it should not be held liable. This is one I wanted to give another 0 as well. How are you going to be answering a lawsuit? So you've already answered the lawsuit and you're saying you have no notice? What are you talking about? You know the lawsuit's happening and you have notice, proper notice, etc. You had notice of the copyright, etc. So what?
Okay, maybe this one's the most retarded. I don't know. That last one and this one, I think they might be about even.
Where's this lack of notice coming from?
Yeah,
I don't
this is
understand
fucking
this.
stupid.
You can see without a doubt, objectively, as I go through that, it is mostly
retarded.
I think they got to stick to fair use as their core defense and focus on that. All the time on this other stuff, really not worth it.
Yeah, this one was just crazy. How are they arguing that they didn't get notice while responding to a lawsuit? You gotta be fucking, like, you don't need to be a lawyer to understand this shit. This is just actual comedy. Holy shit. I mean, honestly, I might have figured out a new job here, like a slop tuber equivalent for the legal side. Like, I'm pretty sure this is like a niche market here. If any lawyers are watching, you gotta get into this. Look at these fucking ridiculous lawsuits and just make fun of them. I'm pretty sure there's a niche for this, dude. This is highly entertaining.
Yeah, yep. Absolute cinema. Diabolical content. Love it.
Crazy how their best argument is actually the fair use doctrine, but at the same time, they completely...
Dude, this is better than fucking watching Lord of the Rings. I'll tell you. It's better than Harry Potter.
Violated all 4 pillars of it, 100% cooked. I bet Froggy is going for a bench trial. She doesn't want a jury watching her.
I've been watching Lilo and Stitch and the series. This is more cinema than that, and I fucking love Lilo and Stitch.
Talk about wanting a 9/11 cake and saying her soldiers deserve PTSD. Oh yeah, the average person is going to...
King of the Hill? Season, 14, the new one? I watched it. Every episode was fucking 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. This is more cinema than that is.
react repulsively to that. Also, are we sure she's not going to be eating a cake while giving, you know, her trial or whatever? The only one winning is the Orbiter side. Is their lawyers winning fat stacks by writing bullshit? That might actually be the case, dude. The lawyer's going to argue anything they want him to. He gets paid by the hour. Like, dude, they're getting fleeced by every side. It's just hilarious. Sharing a lawyer in what appears to be an unwinnable case makes little enough sense. Sharing an incompetent one is legally batshit crazy. Denim's defense is basically, yeah, I did it, but I don't feel bad about it, so how can it be illegal? Yes. Ethan is actually a corporation, guys. I don't feel bad at all. Moving on to Rob's Media's content nuke on Denim.
Yeah, man, I reacted to this. It was great.
Definitely not going to go over the whole 2 hours, obviously. Feel free to check it out. Just going to look at a quick segment. She actually talked
Banger
about
of a
slot.
video. Yeah, I didn't react to the whole thing either. I only reacted to what Tectone reacted to. So I definitely recommend check it out. Rob's Media. Content nuke.
Tubers. Another fan of the series, guys.
I love
Uthar,
Slop,
though.
dude. I love SlopTube. I love all the just
Me.
like garbage
You're a
videos
trough
that are totally yeah,
More Pegasus.
garbage videos that mean absolutely nothing. Just like funnel them
Oh, yeah, that
straight into
definitely
my
is me.
feed. That's fine with me.
Yeah, I don't add shit to these videos, except for me. I add me to the videos, and that's it. Welcome to the channel.
The problem is like the SlopTubers who like all they do is cover this stuff, and then they're like, actually, I am an intellectual genius, and I'm going to cover all of these topics,
I am a fucking retard. And I'm gonna cover all these topics.
even though I've never studied any of them or read anything about them,
Yep.
or even know anything
But at least I'm admitting right out the gate that I'm retarded.
about any of these regions. Okay, great.
Yeah, prefacing a video with, I'm a dumb, big, idiot baby, but here's what I think about it. Really serious, grave, important topic. Yeah, man, just don't do that. Just listen to the first thing you said and act accordingly.
Her and Noah will say that, as if their daddy Hassan doesn't do the exact same thing.
Right?
Here's why this
Dude, they all fucking project constantly.
is actually an abject failure, and this is not just my perspective on the matter. I'm just a, dumb idiot with a Twitch stream who is live reacting to the news and trying to make sense of everything as it's ongoing. I usually have a policy of not covering breaking news.
But you act like that you're such an expert. You tell people all the time how they should listen to you because you're an expert on the matter. You've been doing this in the media for years and years and years.
And sometimes that policy is violated.
You went to college for political science. You have a degree in political science.
Hassan, SlopTuber confirmed.
Dude, every time they act all, high and mighty, I am the intellectual, guys.
Yep.
I'm the political commentator, while you are the lowly slop tuber. You are too stupid to understand my mastermind political arguments. And who is this coming from? Fucking Denims. Denims and Noah Samson. Two of the biggest idiots to ever grace planet Earth, dog. Holy shit, you guys would lose a quizzical to a goldfish, man. Like,
I don't even know
you
what that
couldn't
is.
beat a pigeon in chess, man. Oh my god. It's just so embarrassing seeing them trying to act like they're somehow above commentary channels in any capacity at all when you're so far, like, you don't even compare. You don't have common sense. It's crazy. Then this next part, she was actually defending iDubbbz and Anissa and completely misrepresenting people's arguments.
Basically our coworkers
Hey,
are
I have
making
that
us take
microphone. Mine's black though.
a salary next year.
It's got a
so
Dragon Ball sticker
that's
on
fine.
it. Master Chief's writing it.
Now, Denim's main argument is that it's valid for Ian and Anissa to get paid, which isn't why people are mad.
Literally, just go back 2 years, and here he is saying, you guys absolutely should get paid for your time. I'm sorry, you guys are spending all of your time. None of it is being spent making videos because you're too busy planning this event, talking to all of these fighters, dedicating your life to either boxing in Ian's case or wrangling these fighters to fight, making sure that everything works. And you didn't even take anything for it? You didn't even get paid for any of your labor putting this show together? That's crazy. You guys are allowed to make money off of the things that you put together. You're allowed to raise money for charity and also make money for yourself for organizing the
Yeah, sure, if you actually give the money that you're supposed to the charity, but they didn't do that.
event, which is, again, a very fucking reasonable position to hold.
Denims, people aren't pissed that they're being paid. It's that they're being paid 34% of the profits, which is a lot. This information was not transparently presented
Which wouldn't even be a problem if they actually paid the fucking charity.
to either the fighters nor the general public. And some assume that all the profits are going to charity. They were not.
Yeah, funny how even a slop tuber can understand why iDubbbz and Anissa deserve criticism, but Denims, the intellectual political commentary giant here, cannot seem to grasp why people are mad that they stole money from charity. Or
Oh, she don't care. She does not care. She's just manipulating people and being evil and stupid because these people are on her side. So she's defending them. That's all there is to it. She doesn't care.
they're like secretly taking money from charity. But I sort of get it. Idiots gotta stick together, I guess. You gotta defend them so you can secure your spot in the next content cop. Although the next one I don't think is getting 7 million views. You'll be lucky to cross, I don't know, 100K. Maybe.
No, I think it'll do better than the last one. Because it's going to be even more stupid, even more ridiculous, and it's going to be an even bigger deal. I guarantee you that he's working on it right now.
Maybe you might get a million.
Hopefully it's on Hassan Piker. Hopefully he makes a content cop on Hassan Piker.
He might get 1 million views, but it'll be like 1 million hate watchers, which is basically his only viewership now. Then this next part, she defends Hassan, calling a terrorist based.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah based. I mean, listen. Listen. You have to remember something, okay? A lot of these dudes, you see.
He literally just called him based. Can I sell you a bridge? You're not an idiot. Come on, you're not that stupid. You have to understand. You have to have heard him reading a chat message. Are you just being disingenuous or are you dumb? I don't understand.
Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization.
He was reading the chat message there, guys. He was just reading a chat message.
You like them or no? They are a terrorist organization.
He didn't say yes. He didn't say yes, guys. So if you say that he supports them, you're lying because he never said yes.
Like they're designated. They are designated by the American state as a terrorist organization.
I do not like them then.
Well, like
I like what you like.
I don't have an issue with them, let's just say.
Yes, guys, it's a chat message. That's why he's done it multiple times in different occasions in separate instances without even looking at chat, completely from his own volition. All right, also, can we stop using the chat excuse? Everyone knows that Hassan uses his chat as a proxy to say the shit that he doesn't want to say. Like, you think that guy actually got banned for saying that? Fuck no. He probably got promoted, bro. He got like an extra fucking salary on that shit.
He got some new emojis.
I'm kidding, obviously, but like, yeah, he's not gonna police his chat, dude. They spam hearts for a fucking shooter. Now click this video or your IQ drops to Denim's level.
Fuck.
That's right, you're back in elementary school, pal. All right, thanks for watching.
Damn, it's almost been an hour. Ooh, yeah, man. Ooh, yeah, all these people are going down, and I love it. They deserve everything that they're getting. Everything that's coming their way, they deserved all of it. Because of all these stupid things they do, all the things they say, all the people they support, they just need to get off the internet. They just need to be removed from the internet. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for all notifications.